George Tillman gets it right in Notorious, the film that is a biopic based on the life of Christopher "Biggie" Smalls Wallace. That's right, the Notorious B.I.G. is his other moniker. The Brooklyn-born rapper who was tragically slain back in 1997 finds a new home on film, and it's an actually very good one. Mr. Tillman, who has directed such films as Soul Food and Men of Honor, brings a sense of honor and dignity to Mr. Wallace, even though Mr. Wallace was engaged in all kinds of incorrect behaviors and using that dreaded N-word throughout this film and in his life and in his music. George Tillman managed to really capture a very loving and tender portrait of this man, and certainly shows you his flaws and his faults without romanticizing them. And he doesn't make Mr. Wallace a martyr either. And that's also thanks to Jamal Willard. His outstanding performance here as Notorious B.I.G. He has appeal, he has charm and charisma, and he also has a side of him that's not one that the ladies necessarily like to see. He is a serial cheater, and he also has had a few run-ins with the law as well as dabbles in drugs. And that is the life of Biggie Smalls in real life. He was very, very young. He wasn't even 30 at the time he was murdered back in 1997. The film also contrasts the rise of Biggie Smalls with the fact that another rapper by the name of Tupac Shakur, as you well know, was also doing very well at the same time. The film is very faithful to their relationship, the one between Biggie and Tupac, which is actually a very good one. Nick Broomfield's documentary, Biggie and Tupac, also talked about this and controversially theorized who may have killed Christopher Wallace as well as as well as Tupac. And Notorious doesn't necessarily try to speculate too much about that. It does leave you with the idea of who may have done it, and there's some great performances here aside from Mr. Willard by Angela Bassett, the mother of Biggie Smalls in this film. Bassett is priceless. She does so much good work, and she continues that tradition here. Derek Luke plays Sean Puff Daddy Combs. He's quite amusing in the performance there. And also in this film is Anthony Mackie. He plays Tupac Shakur. The film is very good, and it was a film that I actually struggled with because of the N-word and some of the relentless treatments of that word, particularly in this film. But realistically, that is how Mr. Wallace carried himself in real life. Again, the film is good and not one of those films that appeals to martyrdom or to romanticism, and that makes this film, Notorious, a very good one. I'm Omar Moore for the Popcorn Reel.